Hello and welcome everyone to a new episode of Loremaster Leveling. Here with me, Sneaky Bart. We are still in Feralas. We have that one half level left to go before we can finally move on. So maybe this time, this should be the last episode that we are in Feralas for. Not the one I first said that last time I recorded, but this time. Anyway, we are back here. We need to kill these sprites for their wings and their music. It's actually interesting. I mean, it could just be a melee caster difference, or that he actually is horribly outdated. I actually don't know whether that is the case, but our punching power here does seem outdated. I mean, obviously I'm also not like using all these super fancy cooldowns at the moment, but it does feel like we're killing mobs rather slowly compared to, say, and this is where I wanted to get my mage. I recently started playing on that very low level character, and looking at it, like, I leveled from what, 15 to 25, and it took me significantly quicker to, like, it didn't take me as long, that's what I wanted to say, to kill mobs compared to my rogue. It was basically like 2 arcane blasts and 1 like magic missile or something like that at most. And now it's like quite a few backstabs and maybe even a second round of eviscerate to keep me going. I can also see that the mobs in general seem to be dealing more damage. Not that I feel very tanky on my mage, but more so than now. Like, it's not that big a problem for the health pool if I get a second mob, as it seems to be here, partly because I feel that we have a relatively higher damage output than what we have now on the subtlety rogue. It might be that this change then hails a return back to so-called dedicated leveling specs. I mean, I doubt it, but for those of you who were around since, say, like, even Wrath or Kata, might remember that there were some specs that were just more, what would you say, recommended for leveling, even on the DPS class. So if you were rogue, you should go combat, say, and I think it was Frost for your old regular mages, and you didn't even need to, you know, follow the rotation or anything that much to play well on those specs. So say I leveled a combat rogue, and I'd always used to, like I did just now, open up with a cheap shot and then go into a kidney shot and so on, and just keep the mob stunned, and that was fine. Obviously, DPS wise, that rotation sucked. But that's what I did until I was like level 70 or something like that, whatever the max level was at that point. Yeah, 70. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like leveling taught me my rotation. It didn't even necessarily feel optimal from the point of leveling speed, that you wanted to keep it up so lose as little health as possible. Oh dear, we've forgotten all about the music. Good thing I remembered now. It didn't seem so important to actually be a perfect, like, to have a perfect execution of your rotation for leveling. So leveling didn't teach me, at least at that point, I felt my rotation
I need to target something first.
That much. But still, these leveling specs did exist. Let's see. Can I do this? Yeah. Yeah, I lost my train of thought there. Anyway, I am curious to see whether the extended leveling time will lead to something like leveling specs again, because, I mean, I don't think that that's necessarily something that needs to exist, but I always thought that was kind of quaint and nice, that you could have to play a class a certain specs while you were leveling, but then while you got to the end game and, say, wanted to raid, you had to play a different spec. But I doubt that Blizzard would ever let it come to that, really. It's just interesting to see the difference here between my arcane mage and the subtlety rogue that I'm playing now. Wonder how horrible it must be for healers or tanks then. Not that I, whoops, let's kill that too. Pity them that much.
I need a target.
What are you? Are you a Fury Warrior?
I don't have a target.
Okay, thanks. Level 52. And this is one other thing that I've noticed that I have a little bit of an issue with. The scaled leveling. Specifically, not that it takes longer to level, but the scaled leveling in particular. And this is the fact that when you're in a zone, it's nice that the zone is more aligned, because there's opportunity for more players than just those of you who play a bracket to play in that zone. I mean, cross-roam zones don't really change the fact there. But when you do see someone, and say you're, like I was yesterday, I was level 20 something, I was in Silver Pine, so not like way over the intended level cap for Silver Pine. And maybe I was 20, but still, like a bit over, probably for what you want to be in Silver Pine for. And I see this like level 50 6 or something hunter in there as well. It's kind of like, yeah, nice, but you suddenly don't have this bond that every player that you see in this zone is sort of at the same stage of their leveling journey as you are. Because, I mean, not that you now need to go like, hi, I need help with this quest in a zone like that, but you always knew that if you wanted to interact with them for something like content related, then they would be a good bet because they were in the same stage of the leveling process, so they probably could do something like a group quest or join a dungeon run with you, stuff like that. But now, when you ask, okay, hey, I'm levels so and so, do you want to come and do this dungeon with me? And the other guy's like 40 levels above you, it's kind of like, nah, not likely. Not that, let's see, I'm not sure if they actually did revamp. Yeah, okay, what they did do was they revamped all the dungeons to scale as well, which was what I suspected, so it kind of takes that away. But I guess I've always felt that it added still something to like the geography of the world, so to speak. Let's remember to collect that music and then I can drone on to the geography of the game world, to know that these areas were lower level, higher level, more dangerous, less dangerous. I felt it had detail. I mean, I don't want to say depth, but at least detail to the world, that you could classify it into like safe zones, safer zones, less dangerous zones, and more dangerous zones, and super dangerous zones. And now it kind of feels that there isn't that. They're all equally dangerous. And I think that takes something away from it. Because even if the lore keeps telling you that, oh, you're now so far away from your, like, homelands, and it's, like, wild and savage, it doesn't necessarily feel as wild and savage. Well, I mean, I don't know. When you're there, everything takes longer. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's that the lore also tries to portray some form of nuance to how dangerous these zones could be, and then it's kind of rendered moot, because all these zones will always be equally dangerous until you, like, say, reach Outlands level and, oh, you're running away, and the classic zones actually do become noticeably distinct in their easiness, or I guess rather they all become equally easy, because once again they're all scaled, I assume, at least to level 60 and don't revert back to the old system. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is making a whole lot of sense. I hope some of it comes through. It's like just like random thoughts I had when I was thinking about the level scaling system today, and that it feels like there's this one little thing that I miss. We need to go and turn these back, these quests. There's one here. Like one little thing that I think it took away. It was a shame, but otherwise I do think it's a nice addition. Also in the sense that I feel maybe not like this, because now that I've been thinking about it, it feels extreme. Maybe not make all zones equally dangerous
I don't have a target.
to everyone, or make the power progression curve so, what would you say, like not steep, that the incremental steps in power are so small that you can not really perceive them as strongly as you can say in WoW. But at least add content for every level bracket into most of the zones. That would be my like dream scenario in an MMO, not like in WoW specific, but in any MMO, because that would then add reasons for a lot of different kinds of players to go visit these zones. Now, obviously, this is something that's predicated upon the fact that I feel that a level 60 player has no legitimate business other than achievement hunting to be in a low level zone like say Loch Modan, and that is purely prejudice, because that is, you know, that's just how I'm used to, that things used to run, so I guess it might be something I grew out of. But I think that having the detail of how safe or not safe these zones are for seasoned adventurers of various kinds, that goes away with the level scaling here. And I don't know, like, it's not a huge mistake by any chance, like I've probably repeated too often here, but I feel like I'm the type of person, when I see these like small problems that itch a bit too much, I feel like I need to devise a system for how to fix it. So this is basically just me spitballing various different fixes that you could have for it, like theoretically, because not that they're ever going to get implemented. It's not like I have any pull with Blizzard on any matter, not just these matters. Okay, so let's turn in these quests. But yeah, I don't know, what do you think? I mean, pros, cons for level scaling? Put that down in the comments, that would be lovely to hear, especially since, I mean, reading through the forums is never something you should do lightly, but I feel that both sides have managed to, from time to time, make really good arguments, both for why it's a bad thing and why it's a good thing. So let's try and see if we can get some people to comment on that. Alright. One other quest. Wow, now we got 3 at the same time. And the Highbone. What's this? A Stulan, a powerful and uncorrupt Highbone, has managed to enter the western realm of Dire Maul, and has asked for assistance in cleansing it. Regardless of your personal convictions of this kind, it is an effort I must support for our own good. Please hurry. We need every foothold in Ferellas that we can get. Alright. Interesting. Okay, but we are almost at level 14. We started out with what? 46% of the level done, and we're already at 82. What is number? 20 here. Okay, we need Grim Totem Horns. Let's also try not to drive off the road and into that cliff by having the map open too long. Right, where are these Grim Totems going to be? Are they the ones that we tried to see if we could steal the sprites from, but just couldn't? Alright, we're getting closer. Is that Grim Totem? No, that is a regular wolf. There we go. Good thing we managed to stealth in time. Okay, naturalists die. Wonder, like, you did turn back into a torrent form, didn't you? When you died. Wow, you're running away. I don't remember this running away situation occurring as often in the last episode. Alright. Oh, that I wanted to do Q. Oh dear. So let's see what this is, how hard it is to kill a group of 3 mobs with 2 pulled at the same time and a third ad coming from behind. It looks like we could pull this off. I mean, we all have been pulling all our cooldowns. So there is that. Come on. Get that heal in there. Nice. Now eviscerate.
I'm out of range.
And now you're trying to run away.
I need to
And
target
this is
something
why you need to do the shadow step there. Alright, we got some horns. And now for the wolf. How long are you going to be blinded for, I wonder? Can I get... no, we probably can't do a heal. We'll just have to wait here for the wolf to... And there we go, we managed to do it. Now let's stun you. So that you don't jump around like that. Okay, so, I mean, I can definitely see now that I've gotten used to the new paradigm. So, it didn't feel like that horrible pull was certain death. It definitely felt it was doable. You just have to do it, you know, use every tool in the kit, and that's what I actually like about the level experience on the rogue. I haven't felt it as much on the mage, but I like it on the rogue here. That I feel that the situations are never like punishingly hard, where I feel like, okay, I really need to think about how to do this. It's more like, okay, you know the basic function of every tool in your toolkit. A tool being oh wait, that wasn't a Torrent there. Every tool being basically ability that you have, and you know basically when to use them, and then you need to use all of them for those purposes during the fight. Because it's not just that you're dealt more damage, it's because the fights last longer. You actually need to pull a cooldown from time to time, or you need to have a bit of a better rotation to maximize DPS, so that you as a player feel comfortable. Oh, that was wrong button. You as a player feel comfortable that your health is not going to dip down suddenly. Oh dear. Alright. Here we go. Come on. Thought that we were going to die again. Hence the belabored breathing. I don't know if it came across as belabored for you, but I felt I started breathing quite heavily there. But yeah. But like you're seeing here, okay, I haven't used the offensive cooldown, which I use now, or evasion. But so I did have to use every tool in the kit to survive that situation, but it still felt like it, because the only reason why I didn't have to use something like evasion and blind was because I'd already used zap. So I feel we could have maybe handled one extra mob in that situation, just because we had one extra form of CC. But as you can see, my health here is going down, so either I need to use a kidney shot, which I think I will, or evasion to feel that no lucky crit can even like suddenly just kill me here.
It's too far away.
But yeah, I do feel that these guys have gotten smarter. They're either running away sooner, or we're dealing less damage, so they actually get to run away before we kill them. Let's pop that healing. Do a subtly ambush, and then just start whacking at you. But yeah, I should probably time this at some point and go like, okay, so how long does it actually take for me to kill these guys? Alright. No, wait, you're a regular bear. I don't want to kill regular bears. Go away, regular bear. Pop that evasion. Wasted slightly because this guy is stunned. Don't do that, that was not smart. Here we go though. Dancing around the bear for a bit. Now let's go and do an eviscerate. Oh, a lockbox, nice. Now we can actually open these guys. When I level my druid and in the future also now my mage, those lockboxes were slightly annoying because I couldn't open them. Let's kill another naturalist. And we are getting closer to to our level cap here, but I do feel that the timer is a bit against us, so we might have to, call an episode. Wait, after we kill you, and find a safe spot to hide. Hopefully without pulling any more mobs. Come on, up, yeah. Said and done. After this mob then. Let's stun you. Heal you. Do an offensive cooldown there. Nice. And once again, we are getting quite low. So that's something to keep in mind here. Come on.
I need a target.
Awesome. Alright. So yeah, by and all, if you didn't notice, I do like the new leveling. At least the difficulty of it. The level scaling was a bit meh, but if you have any comments on that issue, remember to put them down in the comment section below this video. As always, my name is SneakyBot, and thank you for watching me. So I will see you in the next episode. Do remember to like and to subscribe as well. Until then, bye bye.